As usual for me, I want to try to squeeze a humongous amount of information into this one day. I have a very ambitious goal, which is to try to go over all 14 channels today. I want us to practice palpating, so what I usually do is go over 2 or 3 channels, then we pause and palpate for a while on those channels, then come back and do more channels. Remember yesterday, there's one thing we did yesterday that I won't go back over, and that is generalized excess and deficiency. In other words, a generalized tightness in the fascia being excess, and a softness or a weakness in the fascia or the channel being a sign of deficiency. And sometimes when palpating the channels, excess means, instead of a tightness in the fascia, a sense of bumpiness throughout the channel, which you see often in certain channels. But now we're going to talk about some of the specific things you find and what they might mean on the channels. We talked briefly yesterday about nodules, and these are, when I mean nodules, I'm talking about something that's often very, very small. And there's a few general principles about nodules. The more shallow they are, the more recent the thing that's happening, often. And then a deeper nodule is something more chronic. If you find a nodule that's harder, it's more likely blood stasis, or if it feels kind of like phlegm, kind of soft, like a gummy bear, that's more phlegm. Sometimes, and also if the nodule that you find is deep and fixed, hard, difficult to move, that can be an even more serious condition. And as we go over all the channels, we'll talk about, different places and what that might mean. So nodules, that's one of the, and well, sometimes what I call a nodule may, in fact, I don't think I have a slide for this, a small bubble as well. That may be something you find. And a small bubble often indicates chi deficiency. Those of you who were here yesterday might remember we had small bubble on the case study at spleen 3, at a source point. That can indicate chi deficiency. And those kind of bubbles, they disappear when you go over them easily. They just kind of pop. Now then sometimes you will find larger nodules. Now these are not the same thing as lipomas, remember.